While a lot of games try to replicate the Metroidvania style of gameplay, there are only a few that actually do a really great job at getting it right, such as Hollow Knight, for instance, Guacamelee, and several others. Ghost Song, developed by Old Moon, tries to do a really great job of emulating that same experience by also throwing in some Souls-like gameplay. And one thing I really liked about this game is just the setting of it. It takes place on a moon called Lorien, and you play as a very dormant dead suit. And you wake up on the moon of Lorien, don't really know your memory, but you know you need to look around and discover your surroundings. First thing I really noticed about this game is the art style. This game is very, very beautifully done. And, I mean, if you're going to be playing a game like this, you want to make sure you have something very pretty and enjoyable to look at. And the thing about Ghost Song is it definitely delivers, without a doubt, on its art style and the art direction. The other thing I also enjoyed about this is the music, soundtrack of the game. It very much sets the mood for the tone and pace of this game. The story itself will open itself up more to you as you get through the areas of Lorien here. And you'll encounter some NPCs you'll be able to talk with and things like that along your journey. I really love the variety of the enemies in this game. The homage, if you will, to a Metroid with the character using a very similar gun that Samus used in the Metroid games. I also like the fact that there's a melee attack. I think that's actually really cool. You can mix it up, get in and close. You'll notice with the gun it does overheat, so you can't just hold down on the fire button. And the longer you actually hold the fire button down, the less damage your gun will do. So if you need to get in and do more damage, you can get in there close with your melee attack. Ghost Song does have a lot of different areas to explore, each with their own unique biomes, enemies, and etc. Now, the Souls-like aspect of this game is very, very unique, and one that I never really knew I needed in a game such as this. So, when you die, you do lose all of your upgrade points, and you'll go back to the last save point, which you'll see there. There are these statues that are scattered throughout the game world, as you see here, that give you the ability to level up. Now, this is going to be what's going to be familiar for those who have played Souls type of games, much like a Bonfire and Dark Souls and Elden Ring, for instance. You'll be able to level up, and of course, the higher your level, the more experience you will need. Now, when you die, yes, you do lose all that experience, and it does show you on the map where you died, and you'll be able to go retrieve the experience that you lost. The gameplay, it's a bit challenging. There are two difficulty modes to choose from. There's original mode, and then there's a much easier story-based kind of mode. Although, granted, this story-based mode still offered quite a bit of a challenge for me. I do have some experience with Dark Souls games, although I've not really ever finished one. But the game nonetheless does not lack in the challenge department. Enemies can do a really good job of trying to take you out as you explore Lorien. Now, I will say that the game, when it comes to movement, this was one of my biggest problems with the game. You'll see a little bit of what I'm talking about in a little bit. The platforming, because this is a very heavily platforming game, obviously. The controls feel a little, I don't know how to put it, a little not on point, a little maybe slippery or a little hard to do some of the platforming sections. It doesn't feel like you have as much accuracy when jumping around with the dead suit, with your character. Which is very important because there's a lot of these key sections in the game require some pretty great timing on the jumping. Now, you do get a dash later on in the game, which, you know, if you've ever played Metroid, that's something that you're familiar with. And even the dash can be infuriating when you're trying to jump over these big spiked areas where if you fall on the spikes, you take damage. And, yeah, the controls are not really all that forgiving. Outside of that, the game definitely offers some things in the way of modules that you can collect. And you actually have to power down your dead suit by holding the down button to actually be able to equip those. I found that very interesting. It actually leaves you open to being attacked, so if you're going to be equipping these modules, you want to make sure that you're doing so in an area that's safe and clear of enemies, otherwise you will get attacked when trying to upgrade the modules. But there are NPCs, as I mentioned before, that you'll encounter in the game. It is voice acted, which I liked. But there's voice acting in this game. Not something you really expect a lot from some independent games, but this is fully voice acted, and I actually really like that. And the voice acting is real nice. The mood of the game is a very quiet mood, and I like that. It's very laid back. And that's something I really, really enjoyed about this game. Now, the map itself is pretty huge. There's a lot of different areas to explore, as I mentioned before. And I really enjoy that. That's one of my biggest favorite things, really, about Metroidvania type games is exploration. Yes, there is backtracking, but that's to be had with pretty much any Metroidvania type game. There's going to be backtracking. And I've seen people complain about that, and I just think to myself, well, have you ever played a Metroidvania? Like, there's backtracking here. Outside of that, though, the game can take quite a while to complete. I myself have yet to finish it because there's so much to do in the game. There's different things you have to collect, like and to repair something later in the game, which I'm not gonna spoil that for you. But the game does a good job of showing you where to go on the map. I know sometimes some people can get kind of confused on where to go in some of these games, and they're actually a great job of showing you where to go. It even recommends where you should start after you get past the initial part of the game. And it does recommend you where to go, but that doesn't mean you have to go there, you know? This is also going to be a game I'm going to be interested to see speedrunners try to break apart. I am a big speedrunner fan. I love watching speedruns of games. One of my favorite speedruns of all time is Super Metroid. And I'm looking forward to seeing the speedrun community, what they're going to do with this game, because there's a lot that can be done here, especially considering what type of game this is. Now, just keep in mind, if you like Metroidvania games, if you don't like Dark Souls type games, this may not be the kind of game for you, because, as I said, when you die, you lose all of the experience points you've collected. You're going to have to go all the way back to where you died at, rather, to collect them. So, if that aspect of it is not for you, this might not be the game for you, but I do recommend checking this game out, because it's available right now on Game Pass. The game is also on the Nintendo Switch. It's on the PS4, PS5, PC, and I've enjoyed it. I've really been loving this game. This type of genre of game is my favorite kind of game to play, and the kind of genre I'm not going to get tired of. And it was actually pretty great to be able to discover this game. I had no prior knowledge of this game whatsoever before it was released a few days ago. But if you're into Metroidvania games and Dark Souls type games, this is a really great mashup for you to definitely check out. The game is, like I said, it's a little difficult. It does give you the ability to change difficulties, but that's up to you. Start out in original, see how you do. If you don't think that that's going to work out for you, then of course just switch over to the other easier difficulty. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this review of Ghost Song. Once again, go check out this game if you're able to do so. It is currently available on Xbox Game Pass. And give it a play. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. I know some people might not think that, but I enjoyed it. But other than that, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of Ghost Song. And if you like this video, leave us a thumbs up. If not, you know what else you can do as well. And if you feel like we've earned it, please subscribe to our channel for more game reviews, unboxings, convention videos. We go to conventions from time to time and we walk through conventions and show you what those are like, and more right here on the domain. Thanks for watching.